folks, welcome back. Part 2 of January. If you've missed part 1, quickly go and watch that because stuff happened and that sets us up nicely for now. So then, what we're going to do for today, first of all, we're going to welcome Vinicius. If you missed him last time, then oh my word, you've missed an absolute monster of football. Signed him from Flamengo for £15 million, and yeah, he should be really, really good for me. I'm hopeful that he will be. I'm delighted to welcome him to the club. There's no risk with this transfer. I've got him tied down for his best years. I'll certainly, I mean, I don't even recognise the goalkeeping coach. I'll ask the goalkeeping coach to help out. And I think when such money is spent, it's really natural for you to expect some sort of return. I think that's a fair statement to make. Sometimes you have to overspend. No, we've not we've not overspent. It's a good deal. We've not overspent. We've saved money, if anything. And no, I don't think there's any risks in the transfer. And there's still enough money to bring a couple more players in. He doesn't speak German. We'll work on that. I think the club needs to press on and buy more players. And I certainly hope Vinicius will make a big contribution and big moments. And it's a great relationship. And it'll be a lift for everyone at the club. My word, so many things to say. Right, we are going to send him on the intensive course and get him to the training camp as well, so be fit and ready for the games coming up this the second half of the season. Obviously a very important second half of the season. Now, I'm not entirely sure what's going to happen in this episode, as is the nature of transfer episodes. We've got players that are wanted, not as many at the start of last episode. We had around 8, I think it was. We've now got 4. Ivan Jovic Birchtold, who's transfer listed now on his request, and Askar Sibar, who I think could be an exit today. He's described as a world-class midfielder. 29, been around a bit. If we can get some moolah for him, I don't think that's too bad at all. He's wanted by a Chinese side, so that's possible at any point. So then, in today's team and in today's game, I'm excited to see what happens. We've still got a few question marks over a few players. If we have a little look at the old transfer centre, you can see Henry Green still up for discussion. Continue to let me know if you think that should happen. We won't decide on him today. That'll probably be in the next episode at the end of the transfer window. There's been a few others there. We obviously looked at Kofi the defender, but that's not happening now. So what will happen today, we'll have to wait and find out. We play a match on the 23rd of January. If nothing happens in the transfer window, we will simply play that game. If something does happen in the transfer window, you'll be the first to know. If it does, I'll tell you. And I always say this, right? You'll be the second to know. I will first know, okay? And then you will know shortly afterwards. That's just time. If you're really quick to this video, you will know before the people that watch the video. So actually, you may not be the first to know. In fact, you might be sort of 10,000th to know. So I hope that doesn't affect the viewing. Right, I've got a friendly that I'm not managing. Did we win friendly? Good chatting there, Ben. I wonder if we're going to win this friendly. Hopefully we will do against the rain. I think that's how you'd say it. Matthias Muller's back and fit. Now, he's been out for absolutely ages. He could simply be like, I don't want to come across all Arsene Wenger, right? Could be like a new signing, having Matthias Muller back. He's been injured for a little while, dislocated shoulder, 7 weeks. So he's not really featured for me at all in the season. I think if you look at the career stats, yeah, 6 appearances so far this year, 1 goal, 1 assist. So he might be the guy off the bench that comes on if Jovic, he's not called Jovic isn't firing. Luka Jovic, they're having a tremendous season so far, 14 goals in 15 games. We stick with him, of course. We're not trying to replace him, but the question is, do we have enough to come in when he doesn't score? There's maybe little patches of 3 or 4 games where he doesn't score. Then he might get a hat trick and it balances it all out. But in those games that he's not sort of penetrating in, we need to bring someone else on. And Khalifa Kalafa is out injured, groin strain. We'll leave him to the physio. Should be out for 2 to 3 weeks if we send him off to that direction. And that's not ideal for us. I was hoping he would become sort of our first choice left winger. But that injury means he's going to miss the couple of games as we return from our winter break. There's all the friendly stuff going through. We won a friendly 4-0. I'm still sort of expecting bids in for some of our players. We've not had anything as of yet. And now we've brought Vinicius in. There's not as much emphasis to go out there and buy another player. I think centre-back might be the way we go with it. But we've had a little look around so far, haven't we? And we didn't really find anyone that was a major difference maker. Let's go back though. Let's have another gander. Right, so I'm going to flick through, and then if I click one because I'm intrigued by their situation, I'll let you know. Because Ronaldo Samuel is interesting. A few people mentioned bringing him from Stuttgart. I don't think he's the right guy for me. We'll scout him, but I don't think he's the right guy for me. I quite like a Dutch defender. We don't have any Dutch defenders. At this stage in the game, every player you look at as well tends to be a regen. Okay, they're all sort of generated players. If they're an older player, the likelihood is I probably don't actually want them. I'm tempted to just do a mass scout of sort of the players that are certainly in our price range. The thing is, right, I'm kind of looking for a backup defender, and Kofi was going to be that guy, but then I just thought if we're going to get a backup defender, we want someone who's a little bit more well-rounded. At this stage then, we do have 4 defenders again. We have Vinicius, we have Diego Silva, we have Nick, and we have Engler. So we've got our defenders, but I just think to have another one, especially with the Champions League as well coming up again, there's a few cup things and whatnot, I need another defender. Javier Aguirre, 9.25 million from Bilbao. That's certainly not how you say his name. This is the kind of defender I like. It strikes me the sort of player that would play better in a 4, but even so, we'll see what they say. We'll go in with sort of 12-ish million, and we'll see what they come up with. Aside from that, is there anyone around that we can get? I don't mind a little bit of a bargain, I have to say. A few people asking the other day about Pulisic. Christian Pulisic obviously spent his first part of his career at Dortmund, well, a section of it. It was sold to Marseille, strangely, for 45 million, and then was sold on to Manchester City for 80 million. People asking where he was in the save. Of course, 28 years old now. Would be quite good on that left side for me, but City paying him 300 grand a week, we'll just let them do that. I'm not going to try and wade in there. Can we get ourselves, though, that dynamite left winger, and if so, are we going to have to spend big to get him? I suspect we will do. Ousmane Dembele as well, of course, another player who was at Dortmund for a short time, 54 million to Manchester City, and has spent pretty much his entire rest of his career there, so it's gone well for him. I'm looking through, there's no one is shouting out at me. Flavio Antonio, someone again I think we looked at in the summer and just didn't go for. He's the kind of player, I do like him, but I don't think he's worth 26 million. I think he's around sort of an 18 million pound player. So I'm trying to find more value in the market is what I'm getting at. Right, I've scouted a few players. I'm going to see if any of those come back and are exciting. Hello, microphone, you just jiggled. Okay, a few scout reports went through. We're just going to see if there's anyone that really stands out so far. We're getting a lot of 3-star players. That was 3.5. Swiss, well, he plays in Switzerland. He is actually Swiss as well. Right-footed, though, and immediately I don't like that. Maxwell Cornet, who's at Chelsea, getting on a little bit now. Again, he's on 140 grand a week. I'm not going to go in for him, although it does look decent. Flavio Antonio, again, likely to improve, doesn't like big matches though, and again, that's not something I really enjoy. Okay, well, so far, this is sometimes what happens. There's just not that much there, is there? Oh, Schalke have just signed Gabriel Jesus. Interesting. 21 million as well from Wolfsburg. It seems to not improve. I don't know. He seems to stay like this. If you look at him now at the start of your game, this is kind of what he looks like. I don't understand why he doesn't improve more. Still lots of time. For our first game back after winter break, there's still a lot of time. Oh, Chimenti's got an injury. Okay, it's 2 to 3 days with blisters. I can't stand when people get injured with blisters. We do have a bid then for Ivan, and it comes from Barcelona. I'm surprised it's Barcelona, I have to say. This is now a point of, like, are we going to, let's face it, like, I'm looking at it now. Are we going to get better than this? I mean, I'm just looking at it. We're not, are we? We're just not. So far this season, 6 assists, 1 goal. We're not, in this transfer window, in a January transfer window, I'm not going to get a player like this. And if I saw a player like this, I'd go, do you know what, we should try and sign him. So, is there any point in the upheaval of selling Andre Ivan for the sake of it? Just because it's a transfer special and we should try and change something round? No. And he's getting better at 30 years of age. What? No, logically, none of it makes sense. And in fact, it's actually Barcelona. This is insulting. He's probably worth 30 million at this point in his career. Okay, we're coming a bit closer to the Red Bull game, and again, not much has happened in terms of transfers. Henry Green, I'm going to delay it one more time. We will see, though, next episode if we decide to sign Henry Green. Yeah, it's not quite now. We're kind of waiting to see what else happens. I'm also waiting to see what you think about it, because I don't know at this point. I think if we were going to sell Ivan, we would definitely get Henry Green in. I think there's still a case to be made that we need a backup to Ivan. And I've just noticed that for our next game, we've got suspensions and injuries coming out of our ears. I still think the left side of midfield is weakish. I mean, right side of our... Okay, we're talking about right-sided players. Okay, now, is Omar Yilmaz staring us in the face as someone that's coming through in the second team and is ready to make the step up? Like, for me, actually, the more you look at him, for me, he probably is. Like, he's got all the pros. Is it just time to promote from within and not go out and spend the money? Like, of course, right? Of course, we're serious, right? You want to see new signings. You want to see interesting signings. Is there any point in signing a player when you've got 60 million if you've got a player like Yilmaz at 18? He was pretty good at 18. I'm going to promote him to the first team. Does this then put into question the Henry Green transfer? I mean, lots to think about. We're going to bring him into the first team, though. It's going to be his time. Play deeper on the right side and up on the right-hand side. And I just like, it tempts overhead kicks. I mean, we don't even need to say any more. So far, some of our best signings have been a player that's returned from injury, in Matthias Muller, and an 18-year-old from the academy. I really am Arsene Wenger. Oh, no. I don't like it. Arsenal fans, I don't like it. That's just a funny headline. I mean, I've got to talk about it because it's just a Blum on the move. Blum on the move is all move, all move. Blum on the move is all move. Reference there for someone that knows it. Fog on the Tyne. That's right. I think at this point we might play the Red Bull game because I'm in a state of unknowing. Oh, good. So now not only is Khalifa Khalifa out with a groin strain, so is Tolga Serda, which means we now have nobody available for the game coming up against Red Bull unless we panic buy. I don't think I've got time to do it that quickly. The left-hand side of midfield. Is there a player there that I'm ignoring? Is there a player in our academy? We should check this at this point. Left side of wingers. Who's this? Martin Buchel. Oh, no, he's not there yet. He's way off. I thought we had a moment there. I thought we were going to have another moment. Can we bring him back? Can we try and bring him? No, we can't. What am I thinking? They put him for 80 million. Tom Bulema. Time to bring him back into the save. Felice D'Amico. I mean, he's okay. Is he? He's not really natural. I don't. No. I'll be honest, folks. There just aren't that many good left-sided players. Well, maybe look at attacking left wingers, and that might give us a little bit more. Like if they can play a little bit in that other area, then we'll see. If they're accomplished at left midfield, right, this might open up the door. We also have to be left-footed. That's part of the rules. Okay, it's given us a new batch. It's given a new batch of players. Romanos. Do we want to bring in a player like Romanos? Is he the guy? Is he the man? Could be. Could be the guy. I'm looking through, and I keep feeling underwhelmed every time. Like this. 13.5 million he is. The amount of things I've not shown you, I've clicked and just gone this, and then just been no. I'm just going to repeat it. There aren't that many good left wingers. There just aren't. I'm looking through the same names on this list. And of course, there's players outside of this list, but this gives you the best overall idea of players that are around. Most left wingers, by the way, are interested in joining. Just none of them are that good. I mean, Leroy Sané, would he be an option on the left side? I mean, probably would be an option on the left side. Let's see what they say. Okay, they've not accepted the 15. Let's go to 18. He's 31 though. I mean, this is a gamble. Romanos' scout report is just a typical 3-star. Oh, this is becoming frustrating. I've just realised, by the way, this is quite funny in all of this. I haven't got a left winger, or so I thought. It's his time. Cordell Walker. He's got a purpose. All right, what we're going to do then is I've realised now, January's going to be 3 parts. Tomorrow's also going to be the end of January. I will conclude as well. We've got a game against Freiburg in it. We'll finish off today, though, with the game against Red Bull, and we'll see how we get on. There is still... I've been subject to late bids for, like, big players. Jovic is the player that happened. It happened in the summer. We had a 54 million, I think it got to, from, I think it was Barcelona. So there's still time for that sort of thing to happen. Of course, we rejected the bid for Ivan. Barca might come back in for him. The Sané bid's been rejected, by the way. Oh, I think in between episodes I might just go on a huge little scout for players. Like, I want to show you all of January, but what I'm talking about is like an hour long scout, and I can't make the video that long. This guy's just handed in a transfer request. Gendry. Now, he's been in my team all year as Gendry. Fabian Gendry. I didn't know he was... Did you know? Have you heard me say his name? He's handed in a transfer request. I can't say I blame him. He's not played this year, has he? There's no way. No. I mean, I feel awful about it, actually. I think he's played 1 game in 5 years for Dortmund. Okay then, Red Bull is the game today. Red Bull Leipzig. We're going to see how we get on. This is the team then. Chimenti will be in goal. Vinicius comes in for his debut, replacing Nick for now. We've got Silva to his left and Engler on the left-hand side. Then Paslak on that right side as always. Quimby's going to play in the middle today because we've got a suspension. Is it to Insigne? Yeah, that's right. Birchtold just ahead of him. Cordell Walker on the left-hand side is going to get a game today. We could have played Ivan there. In fact, we'll put Ivan on the bench instead. He could potentially come on and play that role. Or Bayada, actually. We'll take him off and play Ivan there instead. Omer Yilmaz is going to around the right hand side. I'm just going to see if he's any good. We're going to give him 1 chance. This is it. This is his big game. Just Gerald in behind Jovic as always, and let's get into the game then. Finally, we're going to do something in this episode. Oh, Vinicius. What number did he get there? 23. I mean, do we give him the 11? No, it seems daft. Okay then, folks. Dortmund versus Red Bull Leipzig. They're in 6th position. We currently find ourselves in 3rd, and our win is almost a must. Early stages. Nothing has happened. Oh, that has happened. The camera's going to die. Oh, God. I mean, if you do want to record 2 episodes in one day, Ben, this will happen. Bloody hell. Bloody hell. Oh, dear. That was a noise. I'm sorry if that was loud. There we go. We're good. We're good. We're fine. We're fine. My hair is irritating me today. Okay, first chance of the game then. Omer Yilmaz has got a chance to impress, and the shot comes in from Paslak. I mean, it was more of a pass, and it lacked any power at all. They've got Volland. Red Bull have got Volland. They've got Volland. Oh no, I've only just noticed they've got... Okay, now for those that have been watching me for a while, Kevin Volland, kryptonite of mine. Basically, if you don't know what kryptonite is, which, I mean, at this point in life, you might not know. Basically, he's a terror. He's a nightmare. He's the counter to me. So expect Kevin Volland to score at some point in this game. We've not had a shot. Okay, passionately... No, aggressively say, I'm far from pleased with what I've just seen. I mean, I'll repeat the sentence and show you the stats. We've not had a shot. Okay, next half, shots. We're going to go attacking. Omar Yilmaz is going to come off. Ivan's going to come on. That's the only change we're making. On the plus side, we have kept a clean sheet so far, and Vinicius is doing very well. So it's fine. Can't speak German though, so I don't know how he's doing it. He's just so good. It's scary. Luka Jovic is having a 6.3 game so far today, folks. As the ball's played up to him even, and he nods it on to nobody. He might have to come Ost. I said Ost because I saw just and I got confused. Quimby, Engler, talk normally, Ben. Cuddle Walker, back into Engler. Is this going to be the first chance we're going to have of the game? We've had a few shots apparently so far as we give the ball away. Instead, oh, Birchtold goes, no, I've got it back. Luka Jovic, forward. Ivan now, the substitute, comes on to this right-hand side. On this right-hand side, ball played in towards Jovic. Birchtold at the striker. Oh my God, what's he just done? That looked ridiculous. Let's see it in 3 dimensions. We're 1-0 up. I mean, I'm not sure how he finished this off. Ivan's come on. He's done one thing and we've had some shots and we've scored a goal. So Ivan then, on this right-hand side, in the yellow and black kit, the slide challenge comes in, that's evaded, as the ball's played in, headed back, and then on the volley, the full volley, in off the bar, I mean, Birchtold scored a banger. I love it. Why does he want to leave? Why would he want to leave? And as things stand, folks, we're back on the top of the table. We're loving life. We can win the Champions League and the League and even the German Cup. We can run for a treble here, and he wants to... Oh. Just Gerald's got an injury. 25 minutes to go. Mukuru, of course, comes on. Luka Jovic's on a 6.3. Muller, get out there. Matthias Muller, he's back in the team. He's back in the squad after a big injury. Can he prove to be the difference? This is the kind of game I was mentioning, by the way, when I was saying before, Matthias Muller might be the man to switch up a game when Jovic's not playing well. And sometimes, folks, he doesn't play very well. He's got 14 in 15 games. Yes, but not a goal today. We're still attacking, I notice. They've got the ball. We're just going to have to live by this, Ben. Live by the sword, die by the sword. Cordell Walker is just absolutely... We'll go defensive. Cordell Walker could be being sent off here. It may well have been a lunge. He's been booked. That's not good. They've got a free kick highlight. That's not... It's Engler clears Quimby. He's not there. They're bringing it forward again. Oh, no. Oh, no. Chiminti, you've let that in, friend. Philippe Lostak, on 89 minutes, has scored. I dare say we were still attacking at that point. Whoa, hold on a sec. Okay, we've got Engler and Paslak. Hello, Silva. Venice. I mean, he's trying to run back, bless him. But at this point, it's too late, mate. Oh dear, not what you want to see from your new centre back, is it? When he's trying to get forward with the attack, that's not happening. Oh no, it's a disaster. Okay, I've gone defensive now as well. Blimey, we're away from home to Red Bull. Oh, Volland, Kevin, that was going to be confirming kryptonite there if he'd have scored a free kick in the last minute of the game. Let's face it, you'd have absolutely loved that, wouldn't you? I could see it on your faces, you were hoping. Oh, dearie me. That's going to bring us to the end then of this game and the end of today's episode. It's been a little bit underwhelming, I'll be honest with you now. We didn't confirm any signings. We're still a bit iffy on Henry Green. We've had injuries, we've had promotions from the B team. But if you enjoyed the video, do drop a like on it. If you want to see some more, subscribe to the channel. A draw against Red Bull isn't ideal. Where have we just slipped to in the league? 4th! Oh, I talked about a treble in this episode. Oh no, a treble. I literally mentioned a treble. Just Gerald is out for... He's injured after... A broken nose after jumping. Go to the doctor. I mean, I don't know how he's going to fix it in 2 to 3 days. Let's give you a new nose. I mean, is he a plastic surgeon? That wasn't an option. Unless the specialist meant... No way.